What if you gave everything you had, endured pain, fought harder than ever before, achieved your dream, and then watched it slip away? Most people would call that failure. Most people would believe all their effort was wasted. But one old fisherman would discover a different truth. A truth learned far out at sea, where courage is tested, hope is challenged, and a man must decide whether he will surrender or keep fighting. This is the story of an old man who refused to give up. A man who had gone 84 days without catching a single fish. A man whom the world had already written off. Yet he still believed his greatest catch was waiting for him. And that belief would lead him into the greatest battle of his life. There was an old fisherman who lived in Cuba named Santiago. He had spent most of his life fishing the sea. But now, things were different. For 84 long days, he had gone without catching a single fish. Day after day, he sailed out into the ocean. And day after day, he returned with nothing. The other fishermen began to see him as unlucky. Some pitied him. Others quietly laughed at his misfortune. Many believed that his best days were behind him. But there was one person who still believed in him, a young boy named Manolin. The boy had once fished alongside Santiago and admired him greatly. Though others had lost faith in the old fisherman, Manolin never did. He continued to help Santiago, listen to his stories, and believe that one day his luck would return. On the 85th morning, before the sun rose, Santiago pushed his small boat into the water. The sea was calm. The horizon stretched endlessly before him. This day felt different. He sailed farther than he ever had before, far beyond where the other fishermen dared to go. The village disappeared behind him. Soon, he was completely alone. Only the sea, the sky, and his determination. Then suddenly, his fishing line pulled hard. Something enormous was below, something stronger than anything he had ever faced. The fish was a giant marlin, one of the largest Santiago had ever seen. But instead of coming to the boat, the fish pulled the boat away. Hour after hour, day after day, the old man held the line tightly. His hands bled, his back ached, his body weakened. But he refused to let go. At times he spoke to the fish. He admired its strength, its courage, its beauty. He did not hate it. In fact, he respected it. The battle was not between enemies. It was between two fighters refusing to give up. After days of struggle, the fish finally began to circle. Slowly, closer and closer, Santiago gathered every ounce of strength he had left. Then, with one final effort, he struck. The marlin was defeated. The old man looked at the magnificent creature beside his boat. It was larger than anyone would believe. At last, his perseverance had been rewarded. At last, he had won, or so it seemed. When Santiago finally reached the village, night had fallen. Exhausted, he carried his mast home, step by painful step. Then he collapsed onto his bed. The next morning, the villagers saw the enormous skeleton tied beside his boat. They were stunned. They finally understood. The old fisherman had accomplished something extraordinary, and Manolin returned. The boy promised he would fish with Santiago again. This time, no one could stop him. At first glance, it seems like Santiago lost. The fish was gone. The reward disappeared. The struggle ended in disappointment. But that is not what the story teaches. Because true victory is not always measured by what you bring home. Sometimes victory is measured by who you become during the fight. The old man proved that a person can be exhausted, wounded, and seemingly defeated, yet still remain undefeated in spirit. He showed that courage is continuing when success seems impossible. That dignity is refusing to quit when others have already given up on you. And that perseverance has value, even when the outcome is uncertain. Because a man can lose many things in life. Money, opportunities, recognition, even success itself. But if he refuses to surrender his character, his determination, and his faith, then he is not truly lost. And perhaps that is why this story has inspired generations. Because deep down, we all face storms. We all face setbacks. We all face days when nothing seems to work. But like Santiago, we can choose to keep rowing, keep fighting, keep believing. For the greatest victory is not conquering the sea. It is conquering the part of ourselves that wants to quit. And that makes all the difference.